Hello, everybody. Welcome to our live stream today. It has been a long time since we've been able to get together and build. So I'm so excited to have today's session with you guys because we're going to be building. I'm very excited to show you what's up and what's new in the latest releases. And we're also going to give an opportunity for all of you guys to come in and, give your input on the new updates and how you might want them to improve before we do the final launch sometime tonight. So I'm super excited. Let's get straight into it. So we're going to jump into here and you can see we have our why, what, and hows. So as you guys all know, we like to kind of break down everything into our fundamental components, right? So we can explain to you very clearly exactly what is going to be in these updates and the reason behind our building for the last 2 quarters. So the biggest challenge for this build was to make everything modular because we realized that not everybody needs every part of the system. We try to bundle everything up in meaningful ways, for example, the Be Intentional system, the Gamify Your Life system, or the L Control system, which encapsulates both. But the idea is that, these are all the different templates that would essentially help you live a better life in the realm of living more meaningfully, right? Living with intention, or just making work a little more fun, right? And making sure that you enjoy the moments, enjoy the journey as you're going through. Now, as you're going through this journey, you might not need every single piece of every single system that we have right now, right? And you might need time to grow into it. So we really wanted to make it so easy for you to get started immediately and only learn the things you need to learn when you get there, because not everyone wants to sit through a tutorial explaining all the controls of the system. Some people just want to get in and play the game. So we have definitely made a lot of significant changes in that regard as well. And ultimately, we want to make sure our navigation is clean and clear so that everyone can find what they need and add to our resources if necessary. That's a beautiful thing about our community. Everything is very open, very collaborative, and we want to give opportunities for people to co-create with us so we can create something new and something more valuable for each and every single one of us, and not just for our individual use. So what have we done? We've done navigation improvements, ease of use improvements, and database improvements. Now, it sounds very high level from here, but I'm going to go deep into each one of these and show you exactly what's been built on that regard, and also potentially give you an understanding of how we're building this and why it's taking us so long really to push out all these updates, because it's really been a tremendous journey for us, and we're so happy that you guys have been so patient with us, and so understanding of the different challenges that we go through as we continue building this, and of course the health challenges that I unfortunately faced recently. But nonetheless, I am so appreciative of everyone in the community giving us the opportunity to help be part of your growth journey and really just help make life a little better for all of us. So let's get straight into it, and I'll show you a bit about what's behind the scenes. And also, I thought it would be fun today to also play some game music in the background. Do let me know if it's too loud, but I just thought it'd be very, very nice to have a little bit of music in the background and get us all into the mood of making life a little fun and not taking it too seriously. So let's go ahead and play some music. Let me know if this works for you. So I'm gonna play a little here, and then I think I need to play it through the audio mixer. Give me a second. I'm going to put this into my headphones. There we go. And then I believe what I need to do is I need to add a source audio output capture. And then we're going to say desktop audio, like a collaborator rather. And then I believe that will already have it. Perfect. So if I play music now, it's going to be very loud, I'm sure. So I'm going to lower the volume there. And then let's see what happens. Perfect. Well, if it's too loud, just let me know, alright, guys? Ultimately, it should just be in the background, but I just thought it'd be nice to play some soft music, just so as to get in the mood of, getting into the game. So let's go ahead and show you what's been done for, even from the main page onwards. So as you guys know, we have a little blurb that we welcome you into the system. It's just my way of showing you, what our intention of the system is and how we hope, the system will be utilized by people like yourselves. And the idea then moving forward from here is we want to give you some really easy options to get started with the system and jump straight in if need be, or it gives you some guidance on what you would want to move forward on when you're going through, the system and beyond. So what I want to show you guys is, for example, if you're a brand new player, you might want to get started with tutorials, you want to jump into tutorials, or just go straight into the dashboards and get things done. So let's see how that flow works for you, right? So if you just get started into tutorials, you get launched into your gamifying your traditional tutorials. If you're in a gamified route, for example, inside Gamify Your Life or being our Out Control, then you'll get the tutorial island, right? You get jumped straight in and you can go through easy to follow adventure to really help you, and maybe we'll pick your own path, right, on how you want to go ahead and, develop your growth journey. Or otherwise, if you are using the system on itself, like for example, Be Intentional, I've kind of broken down all the different components that have, any tutorials based in, and given that to you as a way to really make sure that you have the opportunity to learn what you need to learn, even if it's not in a gamified way, but just in a way where you can actually go ahead and learn, for example, how do you make a success plan, right? And you can see all those things like that. So another thing that's really important is I want to show you guys how we have broken down really the different things that you might want to do when you get into a system like this, right? So either you're a brand new player or you use the free versions before and you're upgrading, or you're upgrading versions from, an older version to a new version of this package specifically, or maybe you want to integrate with different other systems out there, or maybe you want a guide, someone from the community come and help you, or even expert consulting, right, from someone like myself who has a lot of knowledge in this space, in this building systems, to help you really build a system of your dreams and what you need to do. So really I've broken it all down, but ultimately the end goal is you're either going straight to the tutorials if you're wanting to get a really good understanding of how to play the game, right, use a system, or you're going to the dashboards if you really want to just get started immediately, or you're going to components where if you want to just transfer any information from your old system to your new system, that's how you're going to be able to leverage that. And of course we have relevant video guides for everything as well. Just to quickly go through the dashboards as well. The dashboards, basically, we've kind of, cleaned it up so that you can see, hey, anything in Out Control exclusives, these are the daily drivers to get things done. Be Intentional, same thing. Gamify Your Life, same thing. So you can see, which ones are being used on a periodic basis as well, or on an ad hoc basis. So here what we have is, we have the opportunity to go in, and I want to show you, for example, if I go into my fantasy world, every single one of them has a little light bulb which shows you, hey, this is this component here that you can use immediately, but if you really need advice on how to use it, you can go to design your character here by clicking that link, and then you'll get the relevant tutorial to help you with that journey. So really it's all about making things as seamless as possible to ensure that when you're going through your journey and trying to learn the system, you have everything you need at your fingertips. On top of that, we've also leveraged a academy structure where you can actually Google anything that you want. So for example, you want to learn about quarterly reviews, you just search that, and then immediately you'll get everything about quarterly reviews, for example, here. And what's the beauty of this is that I've actually made it so that every single property of every single database shows up in here, so you can understand, hey, what's the purpose of this specific property and why does it exist, right? And I thought that to be very important because it gives us opportunities to collaborate. If you know exactly why this property was there and you think needs to be a new property to be added that we don't have yet, that's something that you can offer and share with us through the Notion page that powers this academy actually as well. Of course, same thing with the templates and the thing to be used. So we just want to make sure that everything is very cleanly distributed for you so that you know exactly what is out there for you to enjoy and get benefited from. So right now what I want to do is kind of go through a lot of the building process that we have. Obviously, I won't have a chance to go through every single database with you guys. We only have so little time together, but I want to give you guys a glimpse from here, like what we've been doing to make even every single page very, very usable and very, very intuitive. And let's go ahead and do that. But give me one quick second. I'm going to actually change this audio provider because it's not really working the way I want it to. So let me just remove this, and then I'm going to add back the music again. So we're going to go ahead and do audio, music source. And then here, what we're going to do is we're going to change the music source over to my headphones. And I believe if I play now, perfect. Perfect. Let me know if it's ever too loud and I can definitely tune it down. But I think let's get started. So for the first thing is let's show you as an example the quarterly reviews, okay? So if I go to components, right, and I go to quarterly review, you see that every single thing has a table of contents now, so I can just jump straight to wherever I need to go. On top of that, it links to tutorials that you might want to really any tutorial that's connected to this quarterly review, honestly, is where you'll see all these things. Additionally, you'll see all the different synced views as well, whether it be for dashboards, right? So for example, if you want to put this on a dashboard somewhere, you can just copy and sync this anywhere you like. So for quarterly reviews, or for new templates, for the new quarter, these are all the different section headers for that. So let me show you how this kind of looks. So this is the database itself, right? And if I go to here and I show you the new quarter, which I've made as a default template now, you can see again the same structure. You have a little table of contents at the top. You have each section, which is all sync blocks here, but every single one inside has different things that you might want to do, right? You might need to get done. So what happens here is that now we have all these different things to do inside each, and let me show you how that kind of looks like on a blueprint level. So on a blueprint level, what we have is inside our templates, we say, hey, section 1 is for this quarter's focus, where you connect to your Fantastic Six, your areas and values. This quarter's review is when you go ahead and you connect to your monthly highlights and your areas of improvement and your values to stand by. So these are all opportunities to go ahead and look back into your quarter. And then your quarter's workflow is all your recurring tasks that need to get done. So how I really want to also show this is, let me do one thing here. So this is the blueprint backend, right? And this is where I kind of edit everything. And what we have here is that we have inside our templates our quarter focus. So this connects to areas and values. That's fantastic. Quarter's review. So we're going to double check that and see where that connects to. So quarter review is monthly review. This is it connects to monthly reviews. That's awesome. So now we're going to have to set that up. So monthly highlights, which connects to monthly review. So this is a monthly review view, right? Areas of improvement. I believe this needs to be just areas, right? Perfect. Area and values database. And then this is again areas and values. So you can see we're trying to really show you where all the relations are and where everything is connected. And recurring tasks obviously is just recurring. But I believe it's not called, recurring workflows. Recurring this quarter, I think. Recurring this. Yeah, recurring this quarter. We can call it that. Perfect. And then now we can see that. So now what I want to show you as well is that we have this diagram which I've been building, and it's kind of Frankenstein from our old diagrams, which is a bit out of date, so that's why I decided to make a new one. But basically I'm using this as an opportunity to connect everything together. So disregard the top for now because we're going to get to areas of competence real soon. But right now what I want to do, what I want to show you guys is actually how we're going to be connecting everything together here. So let's go ahead and also make this as, so it's 299 or 240. So let's go ahead and do 240. 240, there we go. And then here it's the same thing. Perfect. So that's why we will be able to use this. There we go. Make it smaller. And then I want to show all those connections. So I want to show you guys what is a database relation in this system, and then also what is going to be just a view. So just a reference to the view. And those are two very different things. And please ask questions if you have any about this, because I want to make sure this is very, very, you know, not to say intuitive for you guys, but at least understandable for you guys. So let me go ahead and just stretch this a little bit just to make sure everything is there. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to duplicate, oops, we're going to make another one here. And this one is going to be about your view, so it's going to be dotted lined. Yeah, ideally it gets stretched a little bit so we can see. We don't need to add any text, but I just want to show that this is a dotted line. Maybe it's better if it was just sideways. There we go. There we go. And then this one should be like this. And then we can just stretch it out like this. And I think documentation is important just because it, again, helps us all communicate better if we ever need collaboration, which we obviously want. So let's go ahead and try to stretch this out a little bit more, at least the same width, and then you can see that there's a difference between database relations and views. So with that aside, what we want to show now is, as we understood just now from this blueprint, right? Actually, let's go to the blueprint that is here. So this also connects to areas and values. It connects to monthly review, connects to areas and values, connects to recurring tasks. So what we want to do actually is inside the template. Okay, so I think what we can do here as well is we can have, this is the entry itself. So the entry itself will connect directly to areas and values. That is no doubt about it. It will connect. So this is a two-way connection. So this is a two-way connection, and this is going to be called in focus. Areas in focus. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's for the usage of areas in focus. And then this is for the usage of sub areas. Areas. No. Okay, actually, let's just keep it many first. You can see as we go through, like, these are the little like decision makings that we have to do, at least for explanations wise, right? But anyway, it's areas in focus on the top side, right? But then it's also going to be order focus in queue. So you can see that that is on the top, right? Areas in focus is from the top side, and then focus in quarter is on the bottom side. If that kind of makes sense. You can ask me questions if you have those. But anyway, from here, basically, I also want to showcase the monthly review. So we're just going to quickly do a monthly review here as well. Again, you don't have to understand this just yet, but I'm just going to clone this and make a monthly review. So let's make the monthly here. And then I'm going to rename the things a little bit. Monthly review. And then what we're going to do is let's see. Determine your dreams and put on the hat as a founder. Perfect. And then so there's a direct relation here. So we're going to do a direct relation. This is again two-way relation. There's a direct relation there. But on top of that, I want to also showcase the views. So it's going to see the areas of values view. That's fine. A monthly review. I think we're going to have to show recurring tasks as well. But in that regard, it will be a soft connection for sure. I think that's good enough here then. I think that's good enough for now, but hopefully I showed you a little bit of what that does. So basically now we have this quarterly review done, and I'm just going to open them up to show you, right? So we have quarterly workflows, values to stand by, that connects to values, areas of improvement. These are all filters that are relative to this specific entry, so that's why it needs to be here. Same thing with this. This is relative to this specific entry, so that's in here as well. These are all relative to this specific entry. Perfect. And then your Fantastic Six is you just basically drag down the ones that you care about and you want to focus on. You can drag them into the focus this quarter, just like that. And yeah, I think that's it for this. So that's how the new quarter looks. And of course, also we have a new outlook for how you can see all the different so actually let's call this at a glance. So we have at a glance, which is for the quarterly review. So I am going to actually say quarterly review. Do I need that? No, I don't think I need that actually. So just quarterly review is fine. And then an all. So you can see that that's what the look and feel will have to be like every single time. So you can see quarterly review at a glance is here, and again quarterly review you can see it like this, and then you have your templates for new quarter. So you can see that's also then reflected here, quarterly review at a glance. So yeah, hopefully that makes some sense to you. I am so sorry if it doesn't. But yeah, going through this process helps you go through like every single component and clean it all up, and you kind of see all the work that's gone through it, right? So let's do monthly review now, and let's see how monthly review looks like. So monthly review, so again we need to make a little change here because it's not just going to be so let's go back into quarterly review here and get the changes. So we're gonna have to split them up into dashboards, right? And then we're going to split this up into templates as well. So here we have templates, dashboards, and on top of that, we need to have the at a glance view. So we're going to go ahead and do this monthly review at a glance. And then we can have this here. And then now we're going to go make a template, right? So again, one thing we're going to do right now is just make sure everything looks proper. So the sort is correct. That's perfect. And then what we're going to do here is add a table of contents. And then, and this is not even like discounting all the actual like database changes that we're going to have to make as well, which is crazy. But anyway, let's go ahead and open the original database. We have our monthly review now. So let's go ahead and open that up. Again, you see we only have an all view, which is incorrect. We need to have two views here. So we're going to duplicate. This all view is actually just going to be called monthly review. And this all view is going to be called our all, but it needs to be a table. These tables helps us keep everything clean. Additionally, I'm going to make sure that here it's all the same way. So dates, then quarter, then pre-month notes, then post-month notes, and then I believe we have weeks as well, which might as well show that as well here. So we can might as well show weeks here, which we have. Okay, quarter then weeks. Perfect. So same way here, right? As you saw in the other one where we have monthly review, we're gonna go ahead and open it up, and we can see that we have name, dates, weeks, and then quarter. I think it should be the other way around, quarter then weeks, and then pre-month notes, post-month notes, and then you can see that this is all this information here. Now the new month, we have our template. So let's go ahead and create the template here. And again, you see it's default because there's no other template to use here. We're going to go ahead and make the table of contents as well here. So you can see it's like this. And then we have this month's focus. So this needs to be a synced block, like we showed you before. So here we're going to say this is our, almost copy this a little bit. So this is our monthly review. New month. And here's where we're going to paste in everything. So, oops, I'm going to paste in this month's focus. And then we're going to paste in this month's review. So the reason why we're doing all this is very important for you to understand, is because if we ever want to make changes to the format of any of these different header sections, we can just change it in one place and we don't have to keep worrying about reduplicating them in any of our already established templates. So let's see why it's not syncing. Okay, let's delete all this and then try again. Let's copy and paste this. So copy. Interesting. Let's refresh this and let's see what's going on. Because somehow it's not reflecting. Let's open this up wide. Paste and sync. Interesting, what's going on? Okay, let's just make these into sync blocks first. So I'm going to go ahead and change into sync blocks. And I'm going to drag this in here. And then we're going to copy and sync. And let's see if this makes any difference. It does. Okay, so not sure why that makes a difference, but you know what? It works. So that's all good. So I'm just going to keep making sync blocks. I'm going to keep dragging them into the sync block. And then we have another sync block here. Just like that. And then we can drag this into here as well. And now we have all these different review sections. So we go ahead and have that sync block. And that's not even it, because we want to also add subtitles for each one of these, because it then helps everybody make sense of what this is supposed to be for, right? So then again, I'm just going to borrow from all the different other sections that we already have. So in quarterly review, we're going to see, okay, so use these toggles below to help you determine your focus. That's wonderful. And you can see it automatically paste there too, so I can just paste it here as well. Make your post month notes. And then here, complete your recurring tasks to maintain your growth. And you can see it automatically pops out here. So it makes it really, really simple. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to make sure all these are working well. So you can see that we just need to select focused in queue manually in the filters here. I tried so hard, you know, for this database to make it automatic, because obviously we already have the quarter information. Therefore, we have dates of this month as well. And shouldn't it be that all we need to do is just find any, you know, anything in here that has the dates of this month, right? But unfortunately, because there's no direct connection between, yeah, it's tough because there's no direct connection. Like, let me show you. Like, I think this is a learning opportunity. So let me show you. Like, if I do a roll up here, right? And I say the relation is for the quarter, and I want to see the areas of focus, and I want to show original, then I believe this cannot actually reference that, because I'm already showing the areas and values, but it needs to show actually the month itself that contains. Give me a second. I think I actually just solved something. That's pretty cool. Okay, wait. So let's go to our areas and values table. And we have all of these, right? Yeah, and focus until blank, whatever. Focused in queue. But then if I have focused in queue, then I also have the month. So I can just do a roll up here. And then I can just say, so focus in month is going to be automatic, right? And focused in queue, months, and we can show original. Okay, that's super cool. I'm gonna hide this for now. And so what happens here is if I just filter this by focused in month contains this page, I think that's it. I think that's automatic. Holy crap. That could be it. That could be it, guys. Okay, so let's see. Let's play around and let's see. So let's say I had a quarterly review, right? So I'm just gonna use this view just to quickly do one. I'm gonna say this is a quarterly review, and then in this quarter's focus, I'm focusing on, let's say, career. Perfect. So that's a focus. And then now in my monthly, I'm going to open this up, and then I'm going to align this to the other quarter. Let's call this quarter actually Q4, let's say. And then this is what, September. If I open up this reference, oh my gosh, that's amazing, guys. We've solved this. This is immediate. So you see, like, as I go through the system, as I start breaking down all the nitty-gritty of each thing, I actually end up having these kind of insights, which then obviously take up time because I need to implement them. But you can see, like, it makes things so much easier now. Wow, guys, we solved this. Awesome. So that's one solve, and I love it. I'm gonna document that at some point. But basically, actually, let me document that now because I will most likely forget. So we have automatic linking for month. So this is a new enhancement, and I'm just going to create this. So basically what I understand happens is I filtered it, and then I have this instead. So I'm just going to paste that into my notes so that everyone knows what exactly they can change to get the same results, even if they don't have to duplicate our newest updates as well. Perfect. So that's one of them, and that's a huge win. Oh my gosh, amazing, guys. Now on top of that, we're going to have goals to work on. So this is automatic, and you can see anything that's automatic is going to have a view already that's synced views, because it gives us the opportunity to actually duplicate these views across. And all of these again are just of the same filters. So all goals is really all goals that you can see. These are goals that you want to work on. Anything that you want to work on this month is just change the status to in progress, basically, and that's pretty simple. And yeah, I think this one's pretty straightforward. And the sub areas to work on, we can just use focus, and then we don't need to rename that because people already know by checking them in focus. So if we have any sub areas that were not in focus before, we can then bring them into focus now, I believe. Perfect. And this is already connected. So one thing that later I'll share is that we've actually broken up the areas and masters and trackers table. So areas of competence is strictly only areas and values, and then masters and trackers are going to be their own database, simply because I have so many masters and trackers now. I don't want them confused with my areas at all. So I thought it would be prudent to kind of split it up. So this all looks good so far, actually. I really like it. And let me just, yeah, so focus has this checkbox, and it will just disappear if it's not in focus. Beautiful. And our existing message and trackers, perfect. So these are all here as an examples. I love it. Okay, cool. So that's this one, and we can close these all up, and we can go ahead and see head in your goals. Again, this is a these are all things that are in progress and or have due dates any other month, and we just want to say, hey, is this already handed in or not? So we go ahead and we see this is grouped by in focus. I think we need to actually have I think it should be grouped by focus specifically. So basically, whenever there's something in here, if it has focus, then we're basically showing the focus as well, I believe. There we go. So these are radar in focus or not, and I'm actually going to make the group set. If it's in focus, then I want to see why it's not done yet, and then we can just finish it off, and then we can also go ahead and hand them in. So hand them in will just basically be changing the status to complete. I believe we'll take it out of there. Perfect. Yeah, so new awesome goal. Let me just open it up so that you can see how it might actually look. So for example, you know, starting up live streams again, right, is a big goal of mine. Let's say that, and then that can be something for me to do. I think I'll just take away the focus thing in here. I don't need that there. So focus can just be, oh, this is even a formula, so I can't even change that. Yeah, so perfect. So I'm just gonna remove the focus because I don't need it here. But you can see like if that's a focus or not. If that's still a focus for me, then I can keep it there. Otherwise, I can move it down to the this section. Again, you shouldn't really need to move anything down because you're just setting up your goals and just saying, hey, did I finish this or not? And if you did, then hand it in properly so that we can have that as a thing to use. Also, I'm curious on this. I'm going to just clean this up. This is masters and trackers. So this is specifically our sub. So this is going to be our masters / tracker. We're going to clean that up later. We have a lot of cleanup to do on this database specifically for sure. Okay, cool. So that's one thing that we've done here, and the idea is that we want to use these to help make our post-month notes, and we can actually go ahead and clean it up. Like this, so everything's there. Weekly highlights, you're trying to see how everything's going. Again, this is relative to this specific page, so it cannot be a synced view. This month's breakdown is going to be all your different successes that are there. Also, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to change the colors of everything. Group by type, color columns, like that. Hide it. Oop, I don't want to hide any columns. That's fine. Which weeks was I most productive? That's good as well. And we're just going to make sure that there is the property shown properly. Nice. And where you focus, of course, that's super important. And I believe the group is on focus. There we go. So yeah, that's really the breakdown of this. I've been through this many times, so you guys can see actually the you guys can actually see the tutorial to learn how to do this more. But yeah, this one, so much time has been spent on that. Really speaking. Okay, cool. This is also proper, I believe. Master and trackers. So it's already going there, and basically you're just showing all the different ones in focus and then just checking them if they're satisfied or not. So that's fine. And then this is lastly recurring tasks. So recurring, we can say recurring month. What I call it before, recurring month task, recurring this quarter, recurring this month, recurring this month. Okay, perfect. Recurring this month, and I am also going to just make some examples here. So we can go ahead and we don't actually need the notes there, so that's actually a good improvement I can make. But anyway, pay bills is all bank, view expense, reconciliation, etc. etc. So here I'm also getting a chance to improve things, so this should be a default for all views and recurring tasks, and then on top of that this needs to be removed, so it's just like that. Related to areas, so this one is, oh, this is masters and trackers, so this is going to be related to master. And again, I'll explain that in a second. I'll also just hide this. Oops, I don't need to. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So that's another section done. So we have this new month set up, and let's double check here. We have our monthly review at a glance. That's awesome. We have monthly review, new month. So we have all these sections as well. original database. We're also going to do some spacing here just so that it looks clean and proper. So these are all, again, all the small optimizations that need to be done. But anyway, okay, so now we have our new month here. So we can see that it touches the areas and values table. It touches the success plan table. It doesn't directly touch it, right? But it touches it in the sense that it has a view to it, right? So we need to really document that as well. So let's go ahead and document that. So we have our areas and values to work on, goals and key results. So this is the success plan, of course. And then this is masters and trackers, and this is areas and values. And then here we have our success plan. Weekly highlights is going to be our weekly review. So let's break down the success plan, and then this is our masters and trackers. And then recurring this month, which is recurring tasks. Okay, so back to this table then. Again, this obviously then connects to something we call our weekly review. A weekly review here. But what we're going to try to do here is we're going to do another connection just like so. And on top of that, monthly review has views, has a lot of views. So we want to actually connect this over somehow. I think doing views is too much, in my opinion. I think we'll do views later because views is a bit much to connect. Because, for example, areas will have views for success plan and also skills. Actually, this should already be tied into skills. Give me a second. Let me think about this a bit. So what we said is we needed to connect this to weekly review, success plan. Let's just do the connection now and let's see what happens, because right now we're speculating. Okay, so this whole database template has a view, but not the database itself. So the entry needs to be connected. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this entry and connect it to the data. Okay, no, it needs to be on the database because there's no way it will work otherwise. And then we're going to do that. So it's dotted line. And then I'm going to straighten it out. So basically there's a view here. Yeah, there's a view there. So this looks into that, whereas these are connected. That makes sense to me, actually. Okay, that makes a lot of sense to me. So I think what we can do here as well is just change the color of this. So it goes lighter, so it also doesn't get so confusing. Perfect. So now we have this as a connection, and then we can go ahead and connect everything. By the way, hello people to see in the chat. I'm so sorry I missed that earlier. But hi Lauren, nice to see you. And yeah, guys, please feel free to ask questions if you're looking at these. I'm really trying my best to help out as much as I can. And if you have any questions for me at all, I am here to answer. So thank you for joining us today. Right, so let's just double check this. Now we have our masters and trackers need to be connected as well, but this is only a view. So masters and trackers is going to be a view. Let's point it from the top, and let's go and point it here, I believe. Actually, the best thing to do here is to connect it that way so that I can use the bottom one. And this can again also be like this. And I think that looks really awesome. Yeah, that connects to both, so I can see both masters and trackers there. Now, will I see areas of competence? Yes, I will, right? So the first one is areas and values. So let's go ahead. Oh, this is areas and values. Areas and values. This is masters and trackers. Okay, there we go. So now we can do a connection of this all the way up there. Let's see how to do that. So we're going to connect this. It's going to follow this path for the most part. And then what we want to do is... How do I go straight through there? I guess inadvertently you guys are learning about how to create flowcharts. Yes. Okay, I think what we can do is we can shift this all down a bit. And then this can go even straighter. That's beautiful. Knowledge Hub, I think, can live in the middle there. And then what happens here is that this gets pushed down, this gets pushed to the side. I wish I could fine tune it a bit here, so we can go ahead and go like this. There we go. Make that dotted, and then we can go ahead and make this a bit colored. We're already starting to be very convoluted, but that's okay. This is what we signed up for. This is all for the sake of clarity. So if you think about it that way, then you can be a lot happier. Okay, awesome. So we have that. I like it, honestly. I might just center it a bit so it doesn't look too off. Next, I just want to go back to my quarterly review, just make sure that's all connected as well. But okay, recurring tasks, I think we definitely need to connect this in a meaningful way. So let's go ahead and create a recurring task one here. So weekly review is right here. And then we're going to have this here. We're going to call this our recurring task. Okay. And then we have type as well here. So I guess the type here is going to be then broken down, because we have types for, you know, monthly and so on. So I can confirm that here. So type, so frequency slash type. I guess they're all recurring tasks anyways. It's just frequency that's different. So maybe I don't need to, yeah, maybe I don't need to connect it that way. Okay, I'll just keep it simple. So just this recurring task. So recurring task is just recurring task. That's the only type of data it's storing, whereas everything stores different types of data. So recurring task, let's just stick it somewhere. I believe recurring task is part of be intentional. So let me just double check that. So components, recurring task is part of be intentional. I was correct. And it's part of the core components as well, actually. So that's super interesting. Yeah, core components is everything here. So since we have core components like this, let's stretch it out. And I would love for this to be yeah, that will be a later problem. Okay, so recurring task is part of our core components, and we need to connect this in a meaningful way. So this needs to be connected here. All of them need to be connected like this, actually. So core components. And then what we have is a connection here. So we're going to do dots. We're going to do this. And now quarterly review also needs to have these views. But I think it's a lot simpler for this. So let's just double check this. So quarterly review, I have errors and values. Monthly review, errors and values, recurring tasks. So recurring tasks is the only thing that needs to be extra connected. So this one needs to be here. We connect it this way, and then we can go up here. And we can borrow those lines. You can see the difference there here. Is that this one connects like this. Perfect. And hopefully that doesn't end up being too convoluted for everyone else to see when they're looking at this diagram. So I'll just nudge everything up a bit. So you guys can see a clear difference between this one and the other ones. Perfect. Now, for the last one, the weekly review, this one is going to be interesting. And again, you guys already know the drill. We're just going to go ahead and take the weekly review and connect that. So let's go ahead and do a weekly review here. Again, we're going to do a table of contents just to keep the standard. And we have our synced views here, and we're going to go ahead and take dashboards, and then we're going to take templates. So dashboard and templates, and then we're going to do our weekly review at a glance. And then that's going to stick it into here. It's a table, which is very interesting. I personally like table for weekly review because it makes it easier for me to see what I need to actually like all the information inside a weekly review, because a lot of the information for weekly review isn't in the page itself, but rather in the properties of the page. So that's super cool. And then what we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, so you see we have synced template section. So this actually just needs to be here. So weekly review, and we're going to call this one new week. Perfect. And we're going to double check everything and see, ooh, what's going on. Oh, interesting. There's like different well, I'm probably gonna need these. How convenient. Yeah, I'm probably gonna need those. So anyway, weekly review is the database. Let's open that. By the way, guys, don't forget to drink water. Please stay hydrated. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so let's go ahead and do weekly review. This is our default template for new week. Again, you see there's a difference here, right? The all view here is not very well made. So this all view needs to be, so this is going to be weekly review, right? And we're going to show the important properties, of course, for, I guess we'll just mimic even this, right? So show mood, sleep, intention, work cloud, those kind of things. So mood, sleep, intentionality. Actually, I'm curious if I would want everything. Yeah. Yeah, why am I limiting myself? That's super interesting. I am curious why there's a limit for this. So what? I would remove daily quest for sure. At least in this view. Gratitude, mistakes, and month. I think month is important. Okay, so basically what happens is we have a date, we have pre-week notes, that's fine, post-week notes, that's at the end for sure. The month it's connected to should be up front. Actually, yeah, let me just double check what the layout would be. So date, month, pre-week notes, post-week notes, and then we have, well, that's it actually. So date, month, pre-week, and post-week notes. I think that should be it. Which is, I think, this. Date, month, pre-week, post-week notes. Okay, okay. So let's go ahead and do month. Just show that up here. And the intention again behind all this is just to make it easy to view from a glance. So I think weekly review here, it's interesting, but like it depends what people want to see, honestly, at the end of the day. I might make weekly review into a table view. How about that? Okay, so let's go ahead and see. Yeah, mood, sleep, and intentionality, work cloud. Those are really the things I care about the most. Okay, I think we just stick with that. So we're gonna go ahead and use this as the all view, because I think the all view doesn't need to be so complicated. And what we do here is that this specifically is going to be the, this is going to be the weekly review. And property wise, I'm just gonna follow this. So date, mood, sleep, intentionality, work cloud. Date, mood. I don't know why I wouldn't have, yeah, the pre-week notes and the post-week notes. So I'm actually gonna keep that. That doesn't make sense to me. But sleep, definitely, I would love that. And intentionality, I would love that as well. So perfect. So sleep, intentionally, word cloud, and then pre-week, post-week notes. So this is a weekly review. And the beauty of this, actually, now I'm going to show you, this is the absolute beauty. So we're going to actually just go ahead and copy the view. So let's, how do I do this? I believe if I just go ahead and copy this, this is a table, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just add, paste it, create linked view, and I can just copy the weekly review and boom, done. I don't have to do that much work. So I love being able to create the basic view already inside the main database so that you can just take views and put it however you want, just like that. So yeah, so okay, so that's weekly review. So now we need to look into the templates. So let's go ahead and open up the templates here. And first of all, I'm just going to go ahead and make sure everything is captured properly in our weekly review here. So we have name, date, month, pre-week notes, post-week notes, that's fine. Daily quests, which is a relation. Mood, which is a roll-up. Sleep, that's fine. Intentionality, that's fine. Word cloud, that's fine too. Conversations, mistakes, gratitude, perfectly fine. So these are all hide when empty. You see, that's pretty cool that I show you that information as well. So let's go. So I've already done some of this. So this week's focus, this week's review. How did your week go? I'm also actually going to use this as this here. So that's this week's review, and then this week's workflow is down here. And then, like I did before, we're going to go ahead and copy this over. And we're going to delete this. And I'm going to copy this. And then we're going to paste this here. And then we're going to keep it a little spacing, like we always like to. And what we're going to do here... yes, so we're going to just do this. Actually, something very cool I can do here as well. Like you see, I keep seeing new things we can improve. Step 1, step 2, step 3. So that makes it easier for any new task to be created. And on top of that, now we're going to go ahead and look into our templates, and I really like this actually. Oh my gosh, now I need to go back and actually wow, I like this a lot. And bring it with you for your next week. Take your learnings and bring it with you for your next week. Okay, so actually what I'm going to do, so again, you see there's so many improvements that I've already made before that I didn't remember. So so how did your month go? For next month. So you see I'm just going to take these and learn from that. And then here, so this is not as a manager, but it's as a founder. Based on your values, your areas and values. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I like this a lot. I like this a lot. Oops, this is the wrong blurb. Let me just copy this, and I'm going to go ahead and yeah, that's good. This is this blurb here, and then finally I'm going to go ahead back to my quarterly review and change this up as well. Again, always learning, always iterating. Have your quarter go, the next quarter, and then we're going to copy this as a director. Very cool. I like this a lot. So that's done. That's done, and this is not fully done yet because I'm going to go through and make sure these are all good. So we're going to set up our week. Oh, interesting. Okay, so one thing I did after that was I cleaned it up a lot so that it's much more clear in exactly what needs to be done here. So set up your week was my way of communicating. Oh my gosh, that doesn't work. Anyway, it's my way of communicating how to move forward. So I think we need to do that here as well, to be honest. So what we're going to do here is we're going to, instead of this month setup, but we're going to say set up this month. Set up your, yeah, we're going to do set up your week, set up your goals, set up your key results. Yeah, I'm not sure I liked how that's worded, but I understand it and I respect it. So let's go ahead and we go here. So set up your properties here, and then we're going to go ahead and just take these steps. And I don't remember if I had the line. I did. So I have a line here, and we have our color. Perfect, like that. So you can see already there's some value in doing it this way. There we go. There's no spacing there. So set up the date, set up the quarter, and we can just get rid of this new one setup. That is actually very nice. And I'm just going to copy and paste this for quarterly review as well. And then from there, I also want to see if I can learn anything from this. So okay, perfect. So we set up our properties there. That's awesome. Set up our properties here as well. And finally, we are setting up our properties here as well. Okay, so I don't think we need to do this kind of thing. Determine your goals, determine your key result. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Determine your key results here. That's definitely not what I wanted. There we go. Determine your projects. So I think that's much clearer than key results. Yeah, determine your goals to work on and key results. I think for months I am determining them, but for weeks focus I am saying focus your goals. It's more focus. Yeah, focus your key results and then create your projects, I think. Very interesting. Okay, determine your goals and key results. Focus. Focus your masters and crackers. I think that's what I want to do here in terms of communication. And here is focus your goals, focus your key results. But I need to create your projects. This is create your project. Based on the key results that you have focused on, create relevant projects. Create relevant projects. If they own projects already. To achieve their key results. Yeah, another big thing I want to share with you guys that I've improved about key results is that key results are actually now achievements in the system, in the sense that key results don't really need to have a deadline. And I'm going to make an article on that soon, but this is not always necessary. And I need to make an article about that because one thing that I've learned in my process of using the system is that I really like seeing key results as achievements that I like to get, but because it's out of my control, I don't always get them immediately at the time that I want to. So let me give you an example. Like, you're playing a video game, right? And you have all these different achievements for beating the game in any certain ways, whether it be beating the game in a funny way or in a hard way, or, you know, beating a boss like 10 times in a row. Whatever it might be, those are achievements that you collect over the course of playing the game. And of course, there are people out there who are achievement hunters and they love collecting every single thing that they can. And yes, 100%, that's their prerogative. But for me, I found that, you know, it's not always timely the way that I get the achievements. Sometimes if I want the achievement for a certain thing so I can equip a certain equipment or get a certain reward, yes, 100%, I will go ahead and I will focus on that achievement for that day or that week and make sure I get it. But ultimately, the exact time frame of getting that achievement is up to me, and I don't need to hold myself to any strong, hard and fast rules on exactly setting deadlines for myself day in, day out. So there's enough of that in our day-to-day work anyways. So the idea of how I'm bringing this to our personal development and our personal productivity is that I don't set deadlines for myself anymore in regards to key results. Key results are really my way of saying that, hey, this is an achievement that I'd love to have. I think it will benefit my life very much. And with that, I'm going to then go ahead and aim for that this week, but it's okay if I don't get it. So I think that's something that's very important that I would love people to understand better, because I think that that has been one of the most important things to help me be more happy with my progression through my own system. Yeah. So I'm just gonna make a note here. Later on, I can come back to this, but just copy this link to block, and then I'll come back to this and I'll explain that. And then this was at 180 on live stream. Cool. We'll get back to that and we'll explain that information later on as well. So perfect. So focus your goals, focus your key results, and create your projects. I think that is beautiful. And let's see what happens here. So if I focus on this, what happens? Does it bounce up? It does not. Because there's no upstream focus. Very cool. I like it. I like it. Perfect. So create your projects. This week's review, complete your projects, hand in your key results. Yep, I think this is something that is before handing your project. Yeah, this needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Give me a second for that, and then I will remove this as well because I think this is fine. and then this is recurring this week. So you can see, like, as we go through the system, like, there's so many tweaks that have been made, so many quality of life changes, just so much to try to make the system better and easier for everyone to, you know, live a better life. And I really do appreciate the opportunity to work on this, but I definitely hope everyone can understand all the thought process that goes into it. And this is only like what we've only been through 4 components out of, you know, hundreds, right? Or at least I think 70, right, inside RL control. So yeah, definitely very exciting to work on. This month's success plan breakdown, I think it could be success plan breakdown. Success plan. I don't think we need to call it breakdown. Review some errors in focus. That's fine. Review masters and trackers in focus. Masters and trackers in focus. Weekly highlights and in your goals. Yeah, this makes sense to me. This is clean. The last one here is my Fantasy 6. Determine my Fantastic 6 areas and values. Take notes. Take pre-quarter notes. Okay, this is something that I can bring over to everywhere else then. Take pre-month notes. I wonder if this needs to be... I think something like that is good. And then here, properties. And then here we can do pre-quarter notes like that. So at least it's obvious that we're going back up there. And I think for this, I'm going to open this as well down here. Take post-quarter notes. And then explain, reflect using the toggles, using the information in the toggles above. For your post-quarter notes. Yeah, something like that. I think that's good. So it reminds you to take your post-quarter notes as well. And in the same way, this will take you to take post-month notes. And here we can open this up. Post-month notes. Perfect. And then new week as well. So we need to do pre-month notes as well as post-month notes. So this is for this post-week notes, and then we're gonna go ahead and do post-week notes, and then post-week notes. Perfect. Okay, I hope that helps people know that we have to go back to their properties to make these changes. But anyway, that's there. And again, now we want to make sure that we have a very clear understanding of the references, so the template. So this week's focus. So focus your goals. Yeah, goals this month. Oh, interesting. Well, I think you can just call it focus your goals. Focus your goals. This success plan. And then this is focus your key results. So success plan as well. And then we have create your projects. Create your projects, which is also the success plan. Okay. And at the end of the month, we want to complete your projects plus hand in your key results, which is success plan. So we see a lot of success plan management here. This week's daily quests. This is obviously daily quests. And then this one is going to be, this week's breakdown is success plan. Success plan. Which is success plan. Perfect. Recurring this week, which is recurring pass. And then we have there. Okay, perfect. Now the last thing I want to do for this one is, I realize this is super complicated for people. I'm just gonna make this more simple for everyone. So let's see. So you want to save what you've learned. So projects or none. So I think I'm going to do it like this. So I'm going to keep it in this section because since it's all in threes anyways. So what we're going to do here is I need a flowchart source. Okay, basically let me verbalize this and then let's see how we can communicate this. And maybe we'll make this the last thing we do today. Yeah, because I think I've showed a lot. But I think this is a very important point and I want to communicate this clearly. So at the end of the week, you want to hand in your projects, right? And when you hand in your projects, you really want to make sure that if there's like projects are the only thing that I like to do to make sure that they don't become zombies, is I like to hand in them, like whether or not they're completely done, I still hand them in on time. The reason for that is because I don't want to keep delaying the project and keep ending it later and later and keep adding more things to the project without actually ending the project. So the main thing is I want to make sure that, hey, has the due date passed already for this, and therefore I'm going to head it in, or is this project even useful in achieving my key results? So those are two main things that I want to do. And depending on those two streams, I'm going to do something different to the projects as well, right? So let me explain maybe through visuals now what we can do. So the steps for here, in my opinion, is that we need to hand them in. But before we hand them in, we want to do something. We want to think about it and make sure before we hand them in, we maybe I can even make like a utility for that. Okay, let me experiment with some things, and here you can see my live experimentation. I think this is super cool, actually, if I can show this off to you guys. But basically, I have these projects that I am... Yeah, so these are projects that I have been working on that are not complete. Okay, so these are all my projects. I think I just need to show the ones that are in progress, honestly. It's in progress. Yeah, it's just in progress. And then if I have those, then I can go ahead and group by nothing because we don't need that. And I definitely don't need focus or not, because I just want to clean them up. Okay, so basically what I'm gonna do here is I have these projects that I'm working on. Projects in progress. And I want to clean them up. So I want a staging area. So we want to clean up our projects often so they don't become zombies and haunt us because they are ever growing, never completing. So with that in mind, then we ever growing, never completing, and basically what happens is we want to drag the projects that are past the due date and or not useful in achieving your key results. I think that's also important to know that if your key results are finished or not. Perfect. So I see that we have key results here. So we want to make sure that we can hand them in as well. So we're going to copy this. And then we're going to do a column here. And then once we have this, now we have... Okay. This has an upstream. Okay, I'm almost there. I think we got it. So basically, we have these two tables, these two galleries, which shows all my key results. So I'm gonna call this key results in progress. Yeah, in progress. Okay, key results in progress, projects in progress. And we want to no, so we want to hand in our key results plus complete our project. Okay, there we go. I think that's the way it should be worded. And I need to be clear that these are all the key results that we have. Yeah, we're gonna do like this. And in all the key results that you have completed this week, if not already handed in. And then what we're gonna do is I got it. So then we're actually gonna split this up. Complete your projects should be here. Complete your projects. Okay, I'm gonna delete all this now because you don't need this right now. And then and complete your projects. So now we can say we want to clean up projects often, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then we have projects in focus. We're going to delete this. into the next step. Okay, so now what we have here is going to be if we can drag them into the section. So okay, let's say we drag them into the section, and I want to see all the leftover tasks inside there. How can I do that? Because I don't want to just straight up hand them in. Is there a way I can just mark delete and then I can see everything? I can actually. Oh, that's super cool. Okay, okay. I have the answer. Okay, so let's say this is a new awesome project. And then we're going to see this as done. I have a migrate thing here. There should be a migrate option. Where is my migrate option? Give me a second. I'm just trying to see where my migrate option is. Oh, interesting. Okay, I might not have copied that over just yet in terms of upgrades. I think that's fine. Let me just delete this and see if there's another thing here. I see. No, okay. Okay, give me a second. Let me just show you guys what I'm thinking about. But basically, I'm thinking about getting a view of all of these. So I'm just gonna copy this. Okay, and then the filter for this is, yeah, status is task, impact is not. Okay, I think I can remove this. Upstream. Yeah, upstream is. That's so interesting. I can connect it to this week, and then that could be the answer, right? I connect it to this week specifically. So I'm making a new property that says, hey, this week is this week handed in. Might as well try that. That's actually really cool. I don't know if that will work well, but okay, let's create a new property basically that says our task. So we're gonna call this one our task. Relation. Or related to our success plan. All those tasks. And show success plan on there is gonna be week. Yeah, that makes sense to me actually. So task is like there. No, projects, not tasks. Yeah, projects. So these are all the projects this week. Yeah, it might not always even be projects. It could be even it's actually really cool. I think this is not only projects, but this is just success plan. Yeah. So anything that I'm looking forward to completing this for this for this week. That's actually a really big improvement to the system. I'll add it there in a second, but what I need to do here now is specifically I need to move all these to-do items. I need to see all these to-do items. So this is tasks. So this is tasks this week. So tasks this week. I like it in the sense that this is going to be useful. This is going to be useful to see exactly what needs to be done. But if I am marking this as finishing, actually this needs to be broken up. I got it. This needs to be broken up by upstream. Okay, and then we have columns. So these are all the tasks this week. Incomplete or in progress. Oh, this is such a cool. This is gonna be such a cool page. But anyway, so not just status in progress, but this is going to be week equals this week. Filtered by filtered. So this is filtered by week equals this week. And then this is filtered by status equals in progress. Okay, the beauty of this is we can hand this in, and then we can see all the different in progress tasks that are relative to these projects. Okay, and on top of that, and then we can clean them up, we can hand them in somewhere. So let's show you how that would look. So this one is, so we're gonna do something like this. We want to make sure that the tasks inside each project are not left alone and lost. So for all the projects that are handed in, make sure that the task progress are shifted accordingly. Yeah, I think what we can do then is this doesn't even need to be okay, and I think this needs to be copied back over to here. That's good. Okay, so then we have that. And then shifted accordingly means that this needs to go to probably open the dashboard for my daily planning. We have no make life simple. So we have this section where I have yes. Okay. I'm just seeing how to do this. I think what we can do is I just need to move it into the to a new project. So I have projects in focus, but I need to move them all into a new project properly. So I just need this actually, and moving it into ad hoc project. So something that I like to do is I like to always have an ad hoc project. So now what I can do is it's upstream contains ad hoc. Yeah, okay, I think I get it. So basically I need a ad hoc project. Our maintenance. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what it's called, but a maintenance project for sure. This one is going to be low priority, certainly. I need to hide this later, so I'm gonna move it at the top. But basically this one will upstream will contain maintenance project. Perfect. Okay, so let's show you how this works. I think it's pretty cool. Sorry, one last thing is I want to make sure that there is a save what you can learn. Oh, this could be very complicated. Yeah, it's already getting very complicated. Anyway, there's an ad hoc project here. Yeah, there's no group here. Oh, but tasks in progress can actually shift it to a new project or go back to inbox. I think that could be pretty cool. So I don't need an ad hoc project actually, I just need to put it back into inbox. The related tasks are shifted accordingly to a new project or go back to inbox. and are to be shifted to a new task, new project. Okay, so let's keep it simple here. So in progress, task in progress. So we're gonna keep it simple, and we're gonna put this and connect it to and in your project center. Okay, and then save what you learned. I still want to do that. So, this is down here. Save what you learned. And this. Okay, and then we have this. So this is the wrong view for this. So we're going to delete this view. I want specifically my masters and trackers view. Okay, I'm going to put a comment there for views there. Okay, so I think what's left is the inbox view. So I'm gonna just open up the inbox view here. Perfect. Clean up leftover tasks. Okay, so this is like the maintenance part of the system. It's just to make sure that you don't lose information, because I think that's something that I worry about a lot whenever I'm going through my system. I want to make sure I don't lose any information as I am cleaning it up. So same thing here. Create masters, chapters for successful projects. If downstream is not equal to 100% complete. Okay, that's great. And then we can have this. Create a masters, create a tracker, and then we have a view here. Whew, that was intense, guys. Let me explain what happened here, and then I think we'll be pretty good to go. So let me just delete these so you guys can see. But basically, if I were to open a new weekly review, let's make a new one, and then we're gonna say, Oct 10, sorry, Oct 1 to Oct set, whatever you want, right? And we can stop everything, but let's just go ahead and create our projects first. So, okay, even here, I need to drag them. Work on this week by focus. Okay, one second, I'm gonna do one more thing. By focus. Drag, by dragging them into the table below. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to make a list view of this. So let's go ahead and copy this. Not link, but copy. Oh yeah, copy link, okay, and then paste. Link view database. I want to do projects in focus. That's fine. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to change everything because I want this to be a list view. And then I want to have properties. Area doesn't matter here. I just need to show the focus is checked, is shown. And then on top of that, I need to show that the week is going to be this week. And now I'm filtering project week is going to be this week. And on top of that, I need to have the completed focus rather. Focus is checked. Okay, save that. Sorts, I think that's still fine. Just keep the sorts as it is. And then I'm going to call this one project this week. So I'm gonna label it as well. So filtered by type is project. And status is not complete. Week contains new week. Week equals this week. Focus equals check. Okay, something like that. I think I just want to get ahead with it, and then I'll do the cleanup on my own. But basically, if I clean up everything here and I delete this and start again, what you guys should see is a beautiful way to create new projects. So let's go ahead, we save a new project. We're going to exercise 10 times a day for this week, for example. Let's say for this week, and week is like here, so we have 3 days to go. Of course, we want to have some downstream stuff, so let's go ahead and say that we're going to sign up for a gym membership, right, etc. So we didn't finish everything in downstream, right? So it's 0%. Anyway, I'm going to say that it's something that I want to do this week. We can remove sorting, doesn't really matter, it's not. But basically, that's there. So this is focused on this week. And what happens is when I want to go and complete my projects, I should have leftover tasks inside here. Ah, interesting. Okay, so it needs to be upstream week contains. Wow. Okay, so there's one more thing to do. We're going to go ahead and go into here. So this week is this week, that's for sure. But what I need is one more property that shows the that shows a roll up of that. So roll up. Okay, upstream week. And then this is related to week, and I wanted to show original. And then let's see what happens here. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to find the projects. And then what we're going to do is we're going to filter, and we're going to add a, that's the wrong one. We're going to go into here, leftover tasks, filter, and we're going to see for upstream week contains, it needs to be value. Okay, so this is where things get a bit complicated, and I don't like it. But my understanding is that I'm looking for the task. Oh no, I'm looking for upstream. There we go. Upstream, and then we're looking for week. And then we can show original. There we go. There we go. Got it. Contains new week. There we go. Perfect. And we're going to go ahead and now, again, reload everything. So how we reload the template is we just delete everything like this, and then we reload the new week. And what we have here is complete your projects, clean up leftover. So we have a task here under exercise 10x a day. So if we decided that, hey, this project isn't correct for us, we're gonna hand this in like this, then we're gonna need to also move this somewhere else. So we're gonna move this, and we're gonna move this to inbox. There we go. So we're gonna move this and move it to inbox. So now we have it cleaned up, and it's inside our inbox, which we can move somewhere else in the future as well. So I think that's really, really cool. Yeah, the impact and everything got saved, which I don't like. We don't need to save that. Yeah, but saving it to inbox is correct. Okay, I can fine tune that, but basically you guys get that process, right? The idea is that we can make sure we hand in our quest, but if there are still things to be done for that quest, for that project, we can still connect it to our greater aspirations. We can connect it to another project in itself. But anyway, yeah, so these are the things that like really take up most of the time, because there's so many things to understand and try out. And again, we will do our best to release today. This is one of many things that we're improving and reiterating on. So do let us know if there's any improvements that you'd like to see. We have a whole list from you guys, and we've already done so much to push things along. More things are coming out soon. Just a quick preview is even inside our success plan, what we are doing now is difficulty has always been challenging for people to understand. So actually we're going to do 2 different difficulty numbers from now on. There's going to be a time component for difficulty. So let me just go into like a task, for example. So there's going to be a time component for your difficulty, certainly, but we're also going to be doing something different as well, which is difficulty is going to be how hard it was for you to do, and then there's also going to be a time difficulty, which basically gives you the opportunity to understand exactly how much time you spent on it as well. So that's going to be super cool. I hope you guys stay tuned for that. But it'll all come out in the update notes. Again, the main focus of this update is really standardization, navigation, ease of use, and just really a lot of insightful ways to use the system the way that you need to use it and get the things done that you need to get done. So that's it from me. Thank you guys again for watching out. I'll be building the rest of this inside the community, so do join me inside our Guilded or Gather space. We'll see you guys there. And aside from that, please have a great weekend. I look forward to the start of a new quarter with you guys, and please